What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Joy of Animating. I am your host and friend Skip Marazi, and this is a behind-the-scenes podcast for Cox in Space. In this episode, we're gonna be trying to finish up this little bit of the whole first scene from Cox in Space. So buckle up, buckaroos, cause we're doing it. So if you want to figure out what Cox in Space is all about, you can always check us out at coxinspace.com. That's coxinspace.com. And if you want to join the conversation, you can absolutely do that as well. And you can click on the link there on the bottom of the coxinspace.com. That's the Discord link, and you can connect to our Discord, and we can have a live conversation. How does that sound?
Richard,
Yeah, absolutely. What you're interested in is what we can talk about. Um, there are so many things, right? But yeah, also if you're interested in helping us out, you can do that too. You can go click on the join the crew button right there and become a monthly subscriber to Cox in Space and help us out with the furthering of this show. So reach out if you know somebody also, or pass this along to somebody else if you would like to have them see the show and want them to support or help co-create the show, because at this point what we're doing more than anything else is getting producers together. So it is odd that this Luna, oh that's right, she actually needs to be made up of a whole bunch of different things so we can get her to talk and move and all of those things. So also, um, let me do that. One of the things I didn't do that I normally do. Oh yeah, here, I've been watching some BoJack Horseman, but we're gonna be looking at this instead. Um, gonna listen to some music. Let me get that on for us. Nice and low, nice and peaceful. This is the tunes that we're listening to right now. So we got that going on. We're gonna have that running in the background for us, and we're gonna do this. Generally, put that up beforehand. Let me replace her with. So that she has the right look about it. I noticed because her eyes aren't the right color, so um, that was what that was all about. This shot here is wow. No, it's not. There's a lot here at the end that just exists.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
Yeah, it's more like that. So let's go like 30 seconds. So yeah, we're just trying to get this clip all together and then be building the final pieces so that everything works together. I think I'm gonna need to edit her arm, so it's got a downward angle to it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now actually. But put this all together so everything's in the same place. She's got the same look that she's supposed to have. There we go. So that's all like that. And then I think I didn't put her jaw in. There it is. There's the jaw. Which is actually under this guy right here. So that was real weird. Um, Here we are, all of us together, as we are, as we do. Um, Let me fix her arm real quick, because because I really want this to be like this. And I'll be honest, I'm really talked out in a lot of ways. I did get to do yoga today, which is awesome. The continuing to do that. Something like that would be nice, but doesn't quite look right. There we go. And it's really just, going to get stretched out and everything like that. Because the classes I've been taking, um, in the last couple of days, it's a really like low key yoga practice. It's only 60 minutes for one, which has been nice getting back into it that way. And then for two, only the first part is very intense, and that's like maybe 20 minutes or something like that. Um, but it has been nice to just go stretch out and sweat because it is hot room yoga, and to just be among people. Um, that's really the thing for me that's been like the best is just being among people. Um, there are people there, and I'm there, you know, and that's that. I don't know what the response I'm getting from the people, whether they're glad I'm there or not. They're probably mostly indifferent, which is exactly the response I'm hoping. But who knows? People have all sorts of different thoughts and feelings about things that they don't necessarily share with absolute strangers. Um, but but it is nice to be among other people and doing something together. Same thing with as I've been going to work and just being a part of the team that's there, and being just like like an encouragement to the people around me that I as much as I can be, um, as much as they'll let me. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, just doing that and stretching out, and it's obviously really great for just feeling good. So you know, wouldn't ever wouldn't ever be mad about that. Um, because it's just just the whole cardio thing. Um, I'm excited for the near future where I get to hang out with friends on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis. I don't know how much you really get to do that as an adult, but just being around people, um, and doing stuff where people are at, you know, holidays and uh, barbecues, kids' birthdays, just that sort of stuff where that sort of stuff gets to happen. Um, also gotta redo her arm, just like take the elbow off of it. So that's cool. I'm not sure when that's gonna happen exactly, or who I get to hang out with, but I do know that you know, people don't generally stay alone indefinitely. Um, as in, just everywhere I've been, everywhere I've been in the time that I've been around. Um, I want this brush to be not so hard, like yeah, like that. Um, it always comes the case. You get to know people, they have things that happen in their life, they invite you to be a part of them, you know? Um, and that's such a cool thing that happens. And that's why I've never really worried about, being in a new place. And I encourage people also to be, in new places as well. Um, that if they, to follow their dreams and not be afraid. Because it's not. Oh, did Did I not save that? There it is. Okay. Um, because you never know what's gonna happen, but something always will happen, and that is that's just a truth that you can bank on. You know, uh, so if you're not an asshole, right? Like if you do care about other people and you do, you look out for them too, um, and are the type of person who, dang, I have to replace both of these with that. Okay. You're sociable and care about others, um, then you will meet other people, and you will have to spend time with them. So um, and I say that to you as a really not um, cool, as a not very uh, extroverted person. I always end up meeting people again too. So it's a given that's the case. Wait, does that actually change that much? No, okay, that's the one we're looking at. Okay, and then he should be turning sooner. He should be turning like right here. And that's 1321. I think it's this one that does that. Let's do this here. It's too late. That's too early right there. Oh, it's not. It's not there. It's on the shield one. Okay. Um, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot on all of these. I definitely. Oh shoot. Just because it's that. 1321. Full 2 seconds too late. You know. Let's do this, and then we'll do this. So it's more like that. All right. We've got to render it here, I think, because this was make it pop off like that. Um, So yeah, that's I mean that's the thing. And then the hope, of course, the goal, the plan is to be associated with people who are in Cox and space and doing Cox and space, and be working with them as a team. Um, and that's one of the things I'm really excited about is being able to socialize with the people that we're working together on a project, right? That we have a common goal and we are working towards that end. Um, so anyway, I just really like working with people. Like to me, it is like some of the best stuff that has ever happened is the collaborative process. And so now, you know what I need to put on him, on the shield here. Let me move this up. Actually, up two, because I need. Um, oops, nope. I need to put his beak in there too. His arm and his beak. I don't think it matters which. Okay. That puts his hand in the right. sort of. Put that in the right place here. Then also we're gonna want this to hinge quite a bit there, and I want it to start like down. I'm probably gonna have to have a pretty ferocious zoom in on them because their hands look so weird. Uh, so when they're not engaged doing the thing that Jack initially had them do. So which is fair. I mean, they were in a particular posture. You wouldn't expect them to have like a universal hand shape or whatever. Just from any random drawing. But okay. It is a thing. I mean, I've been noticing it more and more on BoJack Horseman, just how they're able to use hands, because they did the work to uh, in Blender or whatever to really like make them manageable, and that's a thing. I'm just like, ah, yeah, like how cool. I want that. Like, in dealing with this, this two-dimensional and just doing the cut and paste, of a two-dimensional shape, which is working in a whole lot of ways. Like it really. Uh, oh wow, how is that so bad? Did I not notice it here? Yeah, that's bad. Um, it works for what we're doing. But it doesn't give us the freedom that is definitely available when every piece is edited the way it's editable and movable. Um, you know, so let me do the same thing here. Make sure this brush is. So yeah, I'm just I'm really excited for the next process and what's possible. Um, that we can do just really cool things with turning these into the type of characters that you can edit. Um, don't know. There we go. And it's all part of the process, just getting it there, and so that's why I'm excited to get it in front of the people who can see it and who can really can see its potential and want to do a show that is both charming and tongue in cheek, dirty, um, full of innuendos and full of joy. Because I've been noticing that that's what BoJack Horseman is. It's really funny. The show is very playful, and then at the heart of it, it's depressing. And then like ours is the exact opposite. Like on the surface, it's dirty, but at the heart of it, it's like very like honest and sincere. So, um, cool. So we're gonna do that, but means that okay, here's this. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, cause she. Okay, got it. Um, there's probably a better way to do this, probably. But this is how it's being done. How it's being done right now. So that's the case. Um, anyway, we are gonna do a review tonight with Dylan. I did watch Deep Blue Sea yesterday, and that's why I didn't do a second podcast, behind the scenes podcast. Uh, so I'm hoping to get this all done. Um, I just realized we're gonna have some problems with that dialogue because I have to do it on a couple of different ones before I can do the other things. Also, I need to put the beak on the shield. Shield one, okay. Bunch of little parts. It's gonna be a little bootylicious, but that's fine. And then hopefully we can get this cut tight because I want it to just be like this much so we can just see their faces as he comes in. But uh, got things to do. Okay, we do need to do it here because that's the right direction that way. And we'll scoot that down. And then we're going to put this one over here. There we go, so that does that. And we're going to default have it closed. But we need it to hinge right here. Oh crap, that's right. It needs to have a top beak because it needs to hide. Yep, yep. I've done this for every single one. I don't know why. Okay, why? I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. You know, um, it's definitely not where I wanted to add those things, but no. All right, here we go. I need this guy right here. So, how's it with you guys? You can always comment below about how it is going with you guys. I'd like to hear what's going on with you and how things are in your world. Uh, that'd be neat. One of the things here is that um, you know, especially doing so many of these podcasts back to back to back, which is great. I'm trying to get the work done, and getting the work done. Uh, but that means that I'm talking about myself quite a bit. Something I just don't like to do. So, um, especially like I've been just since I've been doing it. Uh, there are only so many new events that have occurred um, since the last time that we talked. Excuse me for that. Um, or since the last time I shared, with you, and just in general, um, I had a friend from work be like, "Why be so rude and don't say goodbye?" And I was like, "What?" Because I don't know. I don't really feel like I need to. Like I don't feel that important. You know, like I don't feel like it changes anybody's day to do that, and to say goodbye. Um, you know, it doesn't. I wasn't that greatly loved while I was there. Like I don't really feel like I'm gonna be missed when I'm gone. Um, that I need to draw attention to the fact. Um, and she was just like, it's just really rude for you to leave without even saying goodbye. And I was like, all right, well, fine. No, just good to know. But but at the same time, like, huh? They got different ideas of what is rude here in Tennessee. There's this thing about manners that I'm not real used to. Um, I was told by another friend at another time that it was rude not to signal when you change lanes, which I also thought was really interesting. Because I've driven in LA and Chicago, uh, you know, signaling is it's like you might do it. Like if you're like you definitely need the people around you to know what's about to happen, you might do it. But like especially in LA, like you don't have time to signal because you're just moving. And when you see an opportunity, you need to take it, type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like not anyway. Not yeah. 86.6. Gotcha. We need this to be the same. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all of that. So it's apparently saying not saying goodbye is also rude. Um, but understood now, I guess. I'm glad to have a friend to point that out because I wouldn't know that. Um, and then I guess it was, I mean, it was also her saying that like, it's good to know when you're not here anymore. So like okay, that's cool. I'm glad to know that I'm relevant to the crew now. Um, there's that, or more relevant to the crew now. I don't think that anybody's you know going crazy without me being there, but just to know when that is. So the gym I go to has this sign out front that says no guns or no firearms. And I was like, damn, but this place is full of guns. Um, because they're all working out to get bigger guns. Um, just the old joke of like, you got your tickets to the gun show, by flexing. Uh, just a silly bit. My brothers and dad used to think that was hilarious. Um, okay, I want to do this. This is probably the easiest way to do that. And then mark the out. And then just export this as an audio clip. Oh, god damn it. There we go. But we don't want it there. We want it here, sort of. No, that's not really the spot either. Let's put it here. Sort of. We'll do that here in the lounge, which is absolutely in not a great place. Um, but whatever. Okay. But at least we'll be able to find it, right? And here we go. Put that here. Drag that right there. Put that in there. She goes.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
This is where we do this. Oh crap, and I didn't do. Okay, I need to do this. This starts default closed. Default closed. The angle of his head is so freaking weird, man. Also, I think I don't like this bit near it behind his head at all. Like, I think I'm gonna round that out real quick. Yeah. Richard out of egg. Okay. Well, cool. Let's do this. We're just gonna take this off here. Take this off here. Whoops. Let's do this as hard as 100, so it doesn't get all weird and fuzzy on us. Nice, clean. Just erase everything. The shape of his head is so weird in this clip, man. I've said it before. It is what it is. But he's supposed to be smitten and whatnot, but like everything about it. His head looks different from the other ones. Is all. That's cool. So we can start there. We're gonna mark that rotation right there, so that he can
Richard.
do this. Do another mark there so it doesn't get weird on us. And then we'll do a little writ. And then we'll close it. And then, I don't want to do it, but I should have him blink a couple of times, just because he's doing that thing. We had in the last clip of him blinking when he was like getting all starry-eyed. So he's like, "Rit." Close. And then open here. Oh shit. No, that's fine. And then close. And then does that, and we're gonna mark that that's closed, and then she does a little spiel.
I'll bring back.
And it'll be like here. So. So his beak needs to have, these are different things, so cool. It needs to have the rotation set. We're gonna do that here before we do anything else, and we're gonna mark it. And we need to start at it being closed. And alright, so he says that, he goes all there. That's closed there. And then it's still closed here, so let's make sure we mark that. And then This is all. Then we can mark that. I was gonna need to do that thing with his hand, but I want to figure out what this shot looks like first before I can do that. Do that here. That to be marked there, and then would be like one little bit, and then one bigger bit. There we go. So it should be. He goes. Let's. It's like, nah, ain't nothing there. There was never anything there. Let's, here, I guess. We gotta render this. So you can see it. Okay, and then we want to do on this one, so this one comes out. I'm guessing that's why it's not showing. I'm guessing. I haven't played the guitar in like 2 days, which is kind of bumming me out that I don't want to play the guitar. I'm not really enthused about the set I've been playing. I did have a really good set that I switched it up a little bit, and I'm less enthused about it now. So it's like half of the previous set, and I do like a bunch of the songs in it, but I just don't like it all together. And I haven't really sat down to think about what songs I want to add to change up the set. Um, so I'm not as excited about it that way. So I have really been focused on what the fuck? Why is this not showing anything? Okay. Oh, that's right, because I turned it off. That's why. That's why it's not showing anything. So she's gonna say her line.
I like a cock that's prepared.
I need to take this off here, and then I'll move that to Luna's parts here in a second. But uh,
You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
that's really fun. Oh my God, that's really fun. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's working, and that's working. Um, I need that egg shield to be more left, though. So yeah, this is gonna add a whole thing to it, but so he doesn't step out of the egg shield when hopefully I can see it here. Yeah, yeah, that works. So he's not out of the egg shield. Have it. Yeah, he's still in it. Cool, cool. Um, I have to do the whole walking sequence with her. Hopefully, I can make it fun and sassy like that other one was. So cool. We're gonna take this now over to here, paste that in there, and then we're gonna have her talk this way. Okay. So let's take a look at the jaw. Let's get that rotation. She doesn't have rotation. She uses an up and down motion. But either way, we'll put that right there. Okay. And we're going to do a position right here. So she goes. I'm going to mark that here.
I like a.
She goes, I feel like there's more bumps in there than I'm noticing. Nope.
I,
Okay, nope. Okay. Let's mark that one. There we go like that. You know, I don't know if any of you are into true crime at all. Um, but, whoops. Um, there, there is there are recently there's been like a bunch of YouTube channels that are that do just like full like crime interviews with the perpetrators. Um, and one of the most satisfying ones that I have ever seen was of the guy who took Elizabeth Smart and held her captive for, I don't know, it was a while. Um, a real piece of shit. But he tries to like mask his pedophilia and assault in like all these religious terms, and the cops just repeatedly shut him down and just call it bullshit on all the stuff that he like claims. Um, and it's very satisfying for that. It's frustrating when you see that he's just gonna keep doing the bullshit that he's doing. But it is real satisfying to see the cops like not put up with it, and then listen to a guy who's just like he's trying to desperately hang on to his own like ego, and try to convince people that he's not a criminal for his actions, and then just sadly fail at it. Um, and if you've been in if you've dealt with a narcissist before and you have had to listen to just the absolute bullshit that they'll spin um, for their actions, it's like real satisfying to hear someone be like, no, nah, you're a piece of shit. No, all this like blustering that you're doing that you think nobody, you think you're so smart and that nobody's gonna call you on it because you've been getting away with it for so long. People just being like, yeah, that's bullshit. I'm not gonna talk to you at all. Um, you know, uh, and so people they've been just letting him do his like absolutely batshit thing, um, and have the cops be like, no, uh, like you like operate in rational society here. Uh, you have to not you have to admit that you're a piece of shit. And then just seeing like like the ego squirm underneath it. Of like these just insane things. It's a
You got.
Yeah, so anyway, it is enlightening if you want to see someone who tries to use religious manipulative tactics, and how what they'll do to make that, and what they sound like. So it is really useful for that. It's not very satisfying because he keeps doing it, and he's just a dumb piece of shit. Who thinks that he's smarter than everyone else, and can continue to do that bullshit. But um, from what I understand, and I haven't read it, but I have seen some interviews with Elizabeth Smart afterwards, because she went on to um, do like a whole bunch of like survival. Um, I don't know exactly what you call it, but like lectures basically, in order to encourage people who have gone through all sorts of traumatic experiences, and how recovery is possible and that sort of thing. Um, and her story, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Like the stuff that she had to endure, the abduction, the multiple assaults over. It was either weeks or months or a year or something like that. Um, but it was quite a while. It was quite a while, and but just to, and I don't think that like it's so like what brave of her or whatever.
Everyone's
But I mean, it is. But just that she has the perspective that she has on it, and one of the things that she points out is that she had a family who,
everyone
hmm, it's like, she had a support system behind her. She had a family to come back to who loved her. Um, they gave her time to heal. Uh, and I think that that she what she points out there is really really good to know, not only for the person who's surviving, but the people who are around survivors too, how they treated her.
everyone's
I don't know why I was thinking about that dude. Actually, I know. I actually do know why I was thinking about that dude. There's the cult that I was in. The leader, I found out, has gotten sick, terminally sick, possibly. I mean, he has good health care, so he probably is not terminally sick. Um, but yeah, and he's the type of dude who would spin his bullshit tales, his religious uh, whatever. He would justify his cruel and dumb and selfish actions with this religious spin. And
pressed.
and and really sounded, when I heard the interview with whatever his name is. I don't even want to give the piece of shit, the credence. The guy who abducted Elizabeth Smart. That when I heard that, like just the way that he was justifying this is like absolutely evil behavior, with this religious context, I was just like, yeah, it sounds exactly like that fucking cult leader. And I'm sure so many of them.
Pressed. Pressed.
And I'm sure, again, if you've been around narcissists, who will spin fabrications, um,
Barely
and justifications for their actions, it will sound really familiar to you too, I'm sure. And again, it's nice to hear.
barely move. Barely moving.
Let me just open up a little bit here. And seeing that the dude got sick and it is sick.
Barely moving and moving.
Like, I'm not glad, but like, karma, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, it just when you're a piece of shit, like, shitty things happen to you, and so like, I don't feel bad for him, uh, I don't, at all. Um, and when I don't feel bad for people who get their comeuppance in life.
Barely moving and
Um,
moving and moving and
like yeah, if you live an unhealthy lifestyle because you're living, you're mentally unhealthy, and you and you are holding a bunch of you're being shitty to people, it's gonna come back on you. You know,
barely moving and eating.
um, and that's that's a given. You know, it's the physics of reality. Um, so I'm not celebrating that that happened to them, but um, I do think it's funny. I am amused to see the go around and the come around. Um,
And eating.
just the same way as the payoff of any joke. You know what I mean? I was discussing yesterday how I'm very much a nihilist. And, nothing super matters.
And eating. So
Um, and so everything is essentially a joke, right? Like it's a setup and a punchline.
so much. So much.
So that's the case too. Like the setup was, he's a shitty person, and the payoff is shitty things happen. Yeah. So um, that yeah. I hope his family is okay because he has a couple of kids who at this point they haven't really done much of anything, and his wife was pretty sweet. She was obviously dealing with a narcissist and trying to live under his tyrannical rule. So
Eating so much. So much. Much.
uh, when I first met her, I was like, oh geez, you, because she was like him too in some ways.
So much. Cat.
But the more that I kind of saw what the situation was, the more I was like, ah, you poor thing. You got roped into this thing where he was pretending to be so in love with you, and you were the most important thing, and then he's obviously treating you like shit.
So much cat food. So much cat.
Uh, so it is what it is. You make your choices, and maybe this is a way that she doesn't have to deal with that anymore. You know.
So much cat.
Oh shit. That last one we're gonna take off. No.
So much cat.
But yeah. Uh, just the preposterousness of narcissist tales, like they're just so obviously false, that you take a little bit of scrutiny and be like, you know, I see you weaving a tale of lies, you know. That it's laughable. It's just laughable at what they think they're getting away with when a little bit of logical scrutiny will bring it down. Um, so I do feel bad for people who don't have that ability to critique other people or like analyze other people's thoughts and behavior, but that's on them.
Food. I want.
Almost done here, guys.
I want to get. I want to get.
So one thing that has been really cool about not smoking weed is just having the extra cash around to do things like go to the gym.
I want to get. Food. I want to get.
Is a little. Um, and so the ability to like afford food and not have to worry about it. The make sure that I can get stuff for my cats and things.
Food. I want to get the
Once, so that's another perk.
I want to get
Beyond being able to be clear-minded.
food. I want to get
She's like, I want.
cat food. I want
You wanna be big. She, and by she I mean Kate, has such a really interesting way of speaking. Um,
I want to get the
like I know she's acting, but her pacing is so different. I've been only editing Aaron and I as far as the speaking goes, and all of our acting goes, and it's more like her sound waves isn't really like clear. It's more like curvy. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but
I want to get the I want to get the I want to get to the bottom.
again, this would be really cool to be able to do this when we can actually get the vowel sounds and consonants to show up in their speech, not just open and close, but
It.
uh, but this is what we got now, and it is working. It does look, though her singing was cool. This is the first time we're going to be doing it like a close of her talking. Um,
We can't even see the star.
we should says stars, for instance. I don't know why. It's funny that she leans into it. So it's like we. So this plus the hand movement and then walking. I mean, that's going to be it, and tying it.
Can't even.
So. Oh shit. That's actually supposed to be here. Wait.
It. We can't.
Oh, I didn't close it. Got it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think I was mentioning earlier that I'm excited. It seems like I'm making friends. At least being liked by people, or being social with people.
Can't even.
Like someone being like, "Hey, at least say goodbye when you leave." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool. That means you care enough that I'm there."
We can't.
Um, and so I just a matter of time. I went to go see. I mentioned a friend's show, and
We can't even.
I'm hoping to
We
collab.
can't even. Can't even.
Wow.
We can't even see.
So just as things come up, I try to they have stuff going on, and so I'm like, hey, I'm here and available.
Even see the star.
And so that's that more of that's gonna happen. That's again that always happens. And so that's why I'm excited to have just people who are cool, just be around people who are cool. A lot of the people there, it was really nice. They do seem to be pretty reasonable people. Like they don't want to offend others. They are taking accountability for themselves. Um, they when they make mistakes, they own up to it really quick. They seem to be aware of other people and their feelings, emotions, and they seem to try to look out for each other. Um, and I'm like, man, those are so my type of people. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm excited about, which is something that I haven't seen a whole lot of yet. So let's see how this plays. And that's where I was kind of also wary.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
That's cool. That's cool. That really works. Um, Let me do a quick render on this guy. What? Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could scroll through them like that. Um, yeah. So just being a part of a community or communities, is a thing that I'm really excited for, and just the good ones too. Just where people look out for each other and not just think about themselves. Because that's really what I bring also to a group is like, hey, um, you know, we do better when we work together. you know, we do better when we encourage each other and pick each other up and you know, we all try to be the best people that we can be. And that's one of the things I think I was mentioning that I was noticing too. Like, I'm not trying to enforce that with people, like, tell them that they're wrong or whatever. But just by being, this is one of the things I like about the people I'm hanging out with now is that just by being positive around them, they're checking themselves. They're like, oh, like that's how I want to be too. And so just getting to be around those types of people is really cool. Like they don't have to be told, right? Um, but like it's just I heard I've been hearing more of people encouraging each other than cracking jokes to beat each other up. And I'm like, yes, that's so cool.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
It's gonna move a little bit different.
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
I wonder why that didn't render.
I'll bring back.
That I mean, there's a whole thing right there.
Cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
Huh. Yeah, that didn't render at all. Let's do this. That's weird. Because it definitely should be in this one.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see.
Oh, right, because damn it. Because that doesn't exist as part of that part. All right, we gotta do this differently then. We gotta do this and then pull that like this, and then we're gonna have to get it to turn again.
Barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it.
And it's just gonna dramatically turn here. Go like boom, bam. Take it off that.
We can't even see the stars.
Oh no, it can't do that on the movement like that. It's gotta do it after the movement stops. There.
Bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
Okay. But yeah, so cool. We just got a couple more things here. We got to make her walk, and then the hand gestures for both of them. The hand gesture I can do. I wonder if I need to do. I think I need to do another layer where I do it on the zoom. No, there's a whole thing. She's supposed to go behind that dressing screen. She's not. She's not going to for this sequence. Also, as I've been thinking here, I think I'm going to do an edit that is like the clean version of this, and see if we can't get traction on YouTube for the clean version of Cox in Space. And that's editing out people's dialogue. Where they say cock or pussy, even the cocks, and then when they say Dick and Peter. Um,
I like a cock that's prepared.
oh, geez. Okay. Maybe she won't go as far.
A cock that's prepared.
She's got to wait until after that line. Here. Let me mute this, and then let's go in here. Her movement needs to be a little bit different. Here. So, okay, I see what's going on. This needs to actually be like here. And then she needs to not go quite as far. Let's do something like that, maybe. So it's not so like she zips across the room to him. Because it's just weird. It's just weird to do it that way. And then we're going to delete that, but we're going to copy this and then put that point here instead, so that she stays there.
Richard.
Nope. That's not the one. Hang on, let's just double check this.
I like a cock that's prepared.
She shouldn't drift. She shouldn't be drifting.
A cock that's prepared.
And then her stop is here. We're gonna put that stop there, and then
Richard.
we want to actually have this one. I don't know why my right click is not working. She should stand through this whole line now. Okay. And then start moving.
Richard.
Why is that moving like that? Oh wait. There's two things happening there now. It needs to be that this one is cleared, and then it is pasted. So then she moves there. Okay.
You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
Okay, she moves really fast now between those 2 points, which I'm not liking either. So maybe she's not gonna go quite as far.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
I'll take a look at this in the render, see if that I'm not I'm not saying I'm gonna have to change the background and the movement of the background if I do that differently, which is a thing. Um, and then the timing and all of that. I definitely have made everything more complex than it needs to be. But that's that's the way with your guy here. So. Oh, if anyone's interested, the podcast tonight for the review of Deep Blue Sea is going to be happening at 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so you can tune into that time.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
Okay. So we're going to change the timing a little bit. So that I think it's this one. So that this doesn't move quite so far between this point and that point. Which means that also she needs to not move quite so far by that point. Okay, I want her to be here instead, and then I want, damn, on this one, for this, I'm just gonna scoot it back just a hair also, and hopefully that doesn't look too weird. To be here, I wish I could see it visually. Let's give that a run, see what it looks like. So yes, the joy of animating, where you have to sit through render time. The more you do, the longer the render time to see the action. Um, and I'm sure, right, if I was just doing these as isolated shapes without these big boxes, they would probably not need to be rendered quite so often. But the transparent background obviously is messing with things a little bit. Ugh, excuse me for all that. Um, they do look good though. I like the additions that I made. Make sure the eyes were correct, and then the way that is not the Luna from. Oh, it is the Luna from this scene, but that she has the jaw of the other character from the previous from her the character drawing, because I think it looks good on her. In him too, the expression on his face, it's working. Like missing that other piece on the far side. Uh,
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
I think I'm gonna make her jump there.
Richard.
Okay, that's a nice little
Everyone's
face.
depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it.
Damn, why is it doing that? Why did it do that? Um, it's like a weird. She's jumping. Why is she jumping like that? What am I missing here? Is there? Oh, there's 2 points there. Um, I don't know which one is the actual point. Let me delete this one. See if that. So she does that, and then she does that. Okay. Okay. How? I feel like there's a weird jump on this one too now. There's like probably multiple points here. No, there's not. She shouldn't be reaching that point though. Hmm. This has been fun. Animation, the seeing the pictures come together and it go with the audio and go with the music. It has really been fun. It's been a fun process, and I am looking forward to doing more of this in the future too. Obviously, I won't be doing the same. I won't be doing probably the harder work, but um,
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
that's actually not bad. That's not bad to have her there, and she's like framed up when she turns. Um, in that, so okay. All right. One thing I want to do is do this zoom. So let's make that happen. Um, but just yeah, the excitement of like what it goes from like the conception um, that uh, of writing the script and then working through the excuse me again um, working through the like character drawings and storyboarding. Let's do let's do this. We actually need it so that his hands out of the frame. So, oh man, that doesn't give us a whole lot to work with. I wonder if I can replace his hands somehow so it's not so awkward. But let's see that. The whole egg-shaped shield, seeing his whole thing, is kind of the money shot, though. That hand looks like it's put on backwards, though. The way that it is. I wonder if maybe I can use those fingers in some kind of way, or if we have another sketch, or what we can do to make that hand not look so bad. Because yeah, seeing him in that shot of just like that is super funny, and not seeing it is not. Oh, I do want to get the zoom, so maybe I can hide his arm behind him. That's a silly idea, but maybe if it's like, hang on, it's on the shield here. No, he can't because the wiener. It's just this. Everything about this. It seems like it's the wrong size. It's the wrong shape. It doesn't. It's not. Um, okay, what if I take the fingers from the other hand? What can I do with that? Let me just play with it real quick and see what I can do. Because this really isn't working for me. That one shot. I don't want to lose the egg-shaped shield because it is so funny. It just cuts to him, in a dressing room and it's like big shield, um, doing what his brother said. So here we are. Take that from there, and let's take a look at this here. Maybe if I just take the finger off and put some other fingers in. Yeah, I think it's this. It's like, what the fuck is this? Is this his pinky? Yeah, I think that's kind of why it looks so weird. It's just like the wrong shape. Why would his pinky be extended? Because his forefinger's extended. You know, like that type shit. Um, And I definitely do wish that I had spent more time helping to develop these last panels instead of getting caught up in the move that I was making um, for so many reasons. But you know, yeah, it's also that I was hoping that that our artists would be able to do the work independently. Um, I guess I always kind of hope that 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 when you're working with somebody that they're able to do what they say they can do. Um, and sometimes it works out. I think that when you find the right people, it does work out. Um, and maybe something like that. This one's a like real small one. Because people will be impassioned about the project and doing it, or whatever the relationship and do it, and they don't need the prompting to really to show care and concern, for the thing that you claim to all be working towards. Um, so I should have saved that. I'm gonna save this one as something different. This thumb needs to come down. And I think that it will be closer to what we want. I think I'm going to take this line here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you can tell when somebody actually loves something because they don't need to be reminded of it. They don't need to be, begged to do it. They don't, like they just show up and do it. They show up and are a part of the whatever the process is. Um, you know and it's real clear when that's not the case. um, and I get it, people are lazy, you know they all got their own things going on. Why are those linked to each other? This should not be linked to each other in any kind of way. um, and that's fine. People like to exercise their free will however they want to. I just wish that that people wouldn't say that they're like down to do something and then they're not down to do something. That their actions, show otherwise. It's just, for my personality and my brain, I'm just like, why you be lying all the time, And it's not me that they're lying to. Is the thing is that they're lying to themselves. Like they will try so hard to convince themselves that they want to do the thing that they're claiming to want to do, but their actions are clearly showing something else. And you're just like, but if you objectively look at the facts, which are right in front of me because I don't know what the fuck is going on inside your head and how you want to play this ego game with yourself, it's obvious that that's not what you want. But, if you're going to keep pretending that's the case, that that's what you do want, then I don't know. I'm out, I guess. like, um, you go ahead and take care of whatever it is that you need to do so that you can sleep at night. Um, and you say you don't feel like a bad guy or whatever at the end of the day, or but just like honestly, like dude, like if you don't want to do the thing, it's like no hard feelings. Just like just don't waste my time. But whatever, whatever. That's me. That's just me, you know. Um, and I probably have been that guy too, and that's maybe why it bothers me is because I'm like, yeah, I've definitely, I have wanted to be a thing and then not shown up, but you know, I try very hard not to be that guy now, so um, just because I've seen like how annoying it is, you know, and what it does to people. Um, let's do it like that. And then we'll replace this clip right here on this guy. Um, and then we'll come back to it. I think I'm gonna do a close so I can cheat this shot. Um, like as she gets in his face, and then we'll do a following shot, and then we'll cut back to him going like, boop. So almost there though. Almost there. Oh, cool. We're about 90 minutes into the show. So we are coming up on the back half of this episode. And glad to be here with you. Uh, I am going to go off the air and play the guitar a little bit. Oh damn. I need to see the back of his hand, not the front of his hand. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. Okay. Okay, this can be done. Um, because I'm looking at the wrong hand. I think what I need to do is take out all those lines, and that will do the thing I wanted to do. Because then I'll be looking at the back of his hand. Um, like if I just let's do this. Do this, and then move the thumb to the other side, like that. Something like that, and then take this guy off and add that line to the other side. Let's see if I can. Damn it, I should have done. Can I go back? Let's go here. I think it's this one that I need. I'm gonna move this right there, and then flip that. I didn't know at the beginning when it was like, hey, okay, I guess I'm taking over the animation. I didn't know that I would be, you know, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I have gotten more proficient at, just fucking with shapes. I wouldn't say that I'm an illustrator at all or anything like that, but just getting lines to do what I want to, as far as like getting them to appear like they should, has become a thing that I've done. So that's exciting. That's an exciting, it's like, whatever you put your time into, that you'll get better at it, and that's why you should be careful about being a shitty person, because the more you spend time being a shitty person and making excuses for yourself, the the more likely that you'll stay that way. Like when your mom said, "Hey, if you keep making that face, it's gonna stick like that." Like that was kind of a joke that, to mess with kids. But also at the same time, if you keep up that type of behavior, whatever that type of behavior is, they do kind of become like the root of who you are. So, they weren't your mom wasn't like 100% wrong when she said that. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like if you practice, whatever you practice is what you become. Whether it's good things or bad things. Time passes either way, I think, is the way that somebody put it. um, you could put in time, bemoaning your situation and how you've been wronged and whatever, or you could, put in time like uh, on yourself and being excited about living, you know, um, and either way, time passes. But you know, you always get the result that you work towards. So I need like little lines right here to denote knuckles, and I think that will do the trick. So. But you know, that's that type of advice is only good for people who actually, you know, are capable of doing that. Uh, Everyone else will just, you know, they love to make excuses for why they can't. You know, a friend of mine used to say, I think because her therapist used to say this to her, but like, you know, you argue for your disabilities and you get to keep them. Um, and you know, that sucks for you, but it's gonna be the way that it is either way. No, that's not quite right. Um, it's like okay. I mean, not to give Michael Bay like full credit, but like The Rock has some really great lines in it. One of them that stuck with me for a long time was losers always whine about doing their best, and winners get to go home and fuck the prom queen. You know, like, and that's a truism, whether or not you want to take the vulgarity or not. You know, so let's do that. I don't think you're gonna pay that much attention to it. I do need to. Where's this? Hopefully, it doesn't stand out like a sore chicken's thumb. What the flippity fuck? It just that is literally one of the worst looking hands I have ever seen. But you know, again, it's a minor detail, and I'm really hoping that it will pass here. Oh shit! Oh fuck! God damn it! Oh, I saved that as the hand. Uh, it's okay. I have the raw hand. I need to save this as the hand curl. And I need to see if I can get back to that other one. Although I think I've done too many moves by now to do that. Yeah. Um, yeah. Way too far along. Way too far along. Is there a revert? In some of these older programs, you used to be able to go revert, like it would save one before you started, but you cannot do it. Fuck. I'm about to recut it out and make it that way. Okay. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna take this one. Yes. No. Shit. I'm gonna take. No, I don't want to fuck with this at all. Leave that alone. Y'all see me sweat? Because I am. Like, fuck. I really. Fuck. Okay, I think I can take it from this one. Because, yeah. I don't really need any of the other stuff from that. I just need that, not to. The egg shield, not to be on top. I should be able to. Nope. Nope. Yeah, let's take that off. And then I need this. Again, that hand looks so fucking weird. We should review The Rock, though, on Sick Flicks with Dylan and Skip. I think I'm going to add it to the list, only because it's such like a 90s action movie, and it literally doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. It's just, yeah. Um, oh wait, is it the cuff needs to be yellow too? I think he does have yellow cuffs. I think one of the things that I also hurried Jack on to be like, okay, we're done, is that I didn't think I was going to use this page at all. So, okay. And here we are, using the page uh, for what it is, you know. Does he have yellow cuffs though? This is the big question that I need to ask. I want to say no. Let me pull up this one real quick. No, he doesn't. Okay, it's yellow everything else.
She's set to meet her in her dressing room.
Fine, but wear protection.
And then we cut to the one we got. Okay. So cool. Yeah, that looks fine. That looks fine. I don't know if we'll need. Okay, we will need to do this zoom thing here though. We'll do it so it's a full like thing like this, and then like it does this action here. Y'all, let me ask you this, just because it's some random bullshit that popped in my head. Do you think it's morally wrong to sneak like food and drinks into a movie theater? Um, like when you're like, hey, I want a snack in the theater, but I don't want to pay the exorbitant prices, because part of their business model is not selling the movie, because the movie, like it, with the exception of newer movies where they've jacked the price up insane. But like you weren't really paying for the movies so much, but like the exorbitant ticket prices was part of the budget. I mean the popcorn prices is part of their like where they make the profit on the movies. So by undercutting the profit, are you like sticking it to the man by doing? I'm sorry, or however you want to look at that.
I like a cock that's prepared.
Okay, by that point, okay, so let's do this here position, and then
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
then we'll do it like this. We're gonna have it zoomed in to these guys here. Ah, damn, I didn't have the scale marked. Me personally, I have felt different ways about this over time. You know, um,
Prepared.
obviously,
Cock that's prepared.
obviously, I have snuck, as much as I could into a thing, legal, illegal substances, um, you know, because I was like, I'm absolutely not paying for that. And then I'm like, but the business model, and then also now I'm like, yeah, but fuck these corporations that are just trying to get as much dollars as they possibly can out and not pay their employees in any kind of way. You know, just so there's that. It does need to pause though. It needs to stay there until she gets into the shot. Um, okay. Damn. Alright. So this is gonna do a jump cut. I just don't want to see
Like
her
a
feet.
cock that's prepared. like a cock that's prepared.
It's weird that she comes in without shoes on, and that's one of the things that, like, I was like,
I like a cock that's prepared.
okay. We'll do that. It feels like The Office by doing that punch zoom like that. It's so fucking weird. Let me do a slow zoom here. So we'll do this like that, so we get that, and then we'll zoom it in a little bit as she comes in, so that kind of maybe hide her feet so we don't get Tarantino or whatever. Kind of, get the business on Luna. Um, like that, and then we'll move this over a little bit. Oh wait, that's right, and then these two things have to be copied, and then these two things need to be deleted, and then pasted there so that it will work like that. Let's see what this looks like on a render. Hopefully it will fill in that without having to go back to the other ones and render those guys up for it. But so this week I'm going to be going to some more yoga classes. I'm actually going to hit 2 flow classes and the one that they call Fierce, which I'm hoping is more like hold long poses, but it might be another like fast one. We'll see. I am feeling a lot more comfortable in doing it because they are hitting a lot of familiar stuff. And I, after practicing for as long as I have off and on, kinesthetically, I think that's the word, body awareness. That's the thing that I struggle with a lot in a lot of cases. Especially if there's new information I'm trying to take in. But because these poses are familiar, I am able to become more aware of my body, which is nice. And that's kind of one of the reasons I was thinking I should be doing yoga is for that. Just have body awareness and be practicing body awareness to bring my self conscious back into it. I was unaware until recently that chakras aren't just in the body, but they're also above the body. Nice.
I like a cock that's prepared.
Punch zoom.
You got a name?
Richard.
Okay, and then we're gonna mark that, and then have that follow her. So let me do that here. Okay, let's do that, and then
Richard.
we want this. We'll mark that there, and then as she moves,
Everyone's depressed.
we want her to stay in the center. Man, it used to be you'd hold down shift and it would just do a straight line, and now it's not doing that. Okay, and then again, so that this stays centered.
Cat food.
Then we need, the background's gonna move, but we need it to stay centered.
Cat food.
We want this to also be center. Oh, I think that's gonna actually do the wrong thing. Let me actually undo that last one. Okay, and so yeah, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It's the sneaking it in part for me that I'm like, yeah, as a person who wants to do this about the, sorry, this is about going back to the movie theater, but as a person who just wants to be above board in everything I do, having to sneak something just in general is like where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to be that type of person just in general. Um, Even if I feel like what is happening is like what they're doing is wrong, like me doing something that is against their rules is also, it does make it right, you know. Like I do have the option to just not snack on anything in a movie theater. I also have the option to not go see movies, you know, if I don't agree with their rules. So I have, you know, those options. If I feel like what they're doing wrong is wrong, I can always, you know, be a part of the, you know, I can be a part of the solution.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, that is so jerky. That little pause there
We
sucks.
can't even see the stars.
Then we'll cut back here. Actually, I'm going to do this. And then I don't know if I do want the double or if I want it the single, but we do need to get this. So, um, it's like that. I do need to fix the way that it pans because it's like it's too jerky. Like I think I need it to pick up exactly when she moves. Um, so that'll be something, but um, I need it to scale. No, I need it to scale down so we can see both of them. Kind of like that. Something like that. And then his hand goes up at that time. It goes bloop. He drops the shield. Um, so it goes like this, and then she goes bloop, and then it cuts the two of them. He drops the shield. Alright. Like, it didn't notice it so much when it was further away as she moves, but it is more obvious that the back kind is moving when there's a difference between the two of them. You'll see it here in a second again if you didn't notice it before. Um, so I'll need to fix that. Jack's color palette is still super fun. I think it's really working in these panels. So
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat
that
food.
pause right
I want
there.
to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
Cool. Yeah. So he'll be like, yeah, it's a nice cutback.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
That's cool. Okay, that does work. I have to adjust his hand right there, so that will do that. And then I want to do this one here. Um, so
So much cat food.
there's that pause right there.
Eating so much cat.
maybe I can tell from where it's happening here. She's reached her destination by that point, so, aha, got it. That is why. So this needs to be back here like that. That should work now. Hopefully. Hopefully. So anyway. I've still been doing the walking meditation just for as an update in the last couple of minutes here, and while I'm thinking about it, running the Psalm 23 constantly through my mind. It's been doing this really cool thing where it's kind of like threading through, where like I'll have a thought and then I'll realize it's not the other thought, and then it'll just start happening again. And it's definitely been easier to be like more constantly like thinking about it. Like I'll go to sleep thinking about it, and then I'll wake up and I might have like another couple of thoughts, but then again it's been like cycling through. And it's just really nice to have something like, in a world of things that are constantly changing, to have something constant. And, so like the world outside might be chaotic, but my thoughts are not. And so it's interesting. I don't know if it's specifically for like autistic people to meditate, or if it's really good for everybody. Um, but yeah, no, it's to as a person who desires some constancy for things not to always be in flux, right? And to be scary for it, that to have that. So
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it.
nice.
We can't even see the...
Okay, so it's there that I'm going to switch his hand out. So 1922 is where I can switch that, but I can actually do it from any time.
cat food.
1714 onwards. So I'm going to do that here. Let's go 1714. Oh god, did I even save that hand that I pulled back out? I think I did. Let's do this. Oh shit, what? Okay. 17, 14. There we go. And this. We're gonna replace this with the hand that is. I don't think I did. Okay, wait. Wait. This is called egg hand. Yeah, okay, so the one. Okay. I need to not save that as egg hand when we do this. Okay, good to know. And we'll do it like this, but I need this to be where that is so that they replace each other kind of like that. And then they will line up, and then I need to save it as egg hand curl or something. So, and I know it's not. I fucked up. So now I'm just trying to do what I can with that. Let's say import egghand curl. There it is. Yep, that's the one. And then I want to replace that with this guy, so that he gets that finger back. And then we're gonna make that finger. At this point, we're going to raise that up and have it go boop on the little device that he's got, which is not a tricorder. Star Trek. It's definitely not a tricorder. Now we definitely see his whole hand there. Okay. I guess I could have him touch the screen instead of the buttons. but I really want him to touch a button instead. Oh gosh. Okay, let's have him touch the screen. Let's have him do this. And we'll do that. I'm gonna change his arm up a little bit. So we can do that. So we can just have him touch the screen. But there's a whole lot that's got to be done to make that happen. Okay, so I need to back everything up about that much. Okay. Okay, let's not do the same mistake again. Let's open that up here and make a new that. And then we're gonna move his elbow up so that it works out and his arm's not going to be quite as long. Hopefully it's not super noticeable. I keep saying that. Hopefully we can get away with this, right? Because that's, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to fake it a little bit. There we go. That's probably too short, but yeah. I'm just gonna erase this bit. And then, you know, save that. So his arm's a little shorter. There we go. And then scoot everything back a little bit. Line that up like that so that he can boop. And that should be okay. I'm gonna take that line out because you can clearly see that it's been moved up. But let's do this. Glad that happened like that. Do a little brush here. And guys, we are coming up on the last few minutes of the show. It looks like we're actually a little bit over time. So thank you so much for joining me today for this little bit of this behind the scenes with Cox in Space. We're getting there slowly but surely. A couple more little edits tomorrow, and we're gonna be in the money as far as getting to see it. And then I think I probably won't air it, but I'm gonna put out an edit, a censored edit for YouTube. See how that does. See if we can get traction that way. And maybe they'll be happy with it that way. It's been so silly that, you know, they seem to think the show is too suggestive. When they literally okay, they literally have crime, like, you know, reenactments and such on their whatever. But apparently, Cox in Space is a bridge too far, and that is, you know, something that we all have to deal with. So that is fine. It is fine. I need to know specifically. Let me just do this real quick. This is happening, the shield comes down. The shield comes down here. Actually, I know when the shield comes down because I made it drop. So I know that the shield comes down here. It should be right here. Okay, so it's got to be, we know that it's gonna, the finger's gonna touch the screen at this point. Okay, so let's see, let's mark this rotation here, that it's like boop there, and then we'll go back. I do need to know when we see him again.
We can't even see the stars.
Okay, and so it's at that point 2024 that it needs to go. Okay, that's a 3-second window. That's fine. Oh no, it's a 1-second window. That's okay. Perfect. So So 2024, it's less than that, it's just a few frames. 2024, here we go. We need to mark the rotation here. And then we should be able to see it here like this. All right, one final look at it, and we'll be out for the evening until we do the review in about an hour. So if you're interested, yeah, come on back in about an hour, and we're going to be reviewing Deep Blue Sea, um, which I know Dylan has some thoughts on. I have some thoughts on, and we'll talk about a shark movie from the '90s. Which which is fun. And yeah, so and I am going to be adding The Rock. I don't know when. We have some really great movies coming up here in a little while. So I'll be discussing that. The fuck is going on with her arm right here? Oh, I need to extend this little light here. That's not gonna fly. That needs to be fixed. Um, but I'll take a look at that and make sure I touch that up. Yeah, that looks bad. Bad as fuck. Um, this whole thing needs to be connected like a light, little white thing. I think it's two different pieces, and that's why it's like that. Um,
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name?
Richard.
Everyone's depressed, barely moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it.
oh,
We
that's
can't
still in
even see
order.
the stars.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
That's nice. Okay, so he touches in time. That travel zoom is still not working right. It's right
Barely
here.
moving and eating so much cat food. I want to get to the bottom of it. We can't even see the stars.
It's like boop.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
I think he needs to bring his finger back up. I'm just gonna do that real quick, so that he doesn't just leave it on there. Where's the rotation? And it's not by much. It's just a hair. So he's not, he's pressing the button, but he's not like, what the hell? There we go. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the Cox and Space Behind the Scenes podcast. This is the Joy of Animating. I'm Skip Arazi, your host and friend. I do appreciate you being here as we're going through all of these things with you. And stay tuned. Come back in an hour or so, and we'll be doing another review of a film. And come by tomorrow, and we should be wrapping up this series finally. Sort of. Maybe there'll be more, but anyway, I'll talk to you soon.